Hey everyone, welcome to another espresso. Hope all is good. I wanted to talk about what happens if you hire the wrong person. And I don't think this is talked about enough. It's one of those things like, I don't know, like failures. You just you don't want to admit it, you don't want to talk about it. You're going to try and do everything you can, of course, to make sure that the person you've hired works out. But I think it's important to talk about because you might go through like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 interviews. You might do psychometrics. Other people have given their view and the consensus has been like, right, let's go. But still, you might get it wrong, to be a little bit, whatever, not cynical, but flippant, I always, it's kind of like speed dating a little bit, right? Like you're meeting someone for an hour, maybe 2, maybe 3, most of the time not. It's like you meet them once, maybe twice, your team meets them and stuff, and you'll make a decision. But it's still short, right? And it's very subjective recruiting. What does a good CV look like? What does a good candidate look like? What does a job hopper look like? Have you defined what you're actually looking for? What does good look like for you? What does success look like? All these things in recruiting, super subjective. And you need to make sure that everyone's agreed. Then you need to go and, maybe you use scorecards. Maybe you just use gut feel. However you do it, but you've decided to hire someone. And you always trust your gut, right? Because most of the time you get it right. But there's the odd occasion where they turn up on day 1, day 2, and it's not right. Now look, there's a place for everyone on this planet. So, it's about finding the right person for the right job, right? I think that's the trick. If you find a good match, people are happy, they do their best work, you're happy, you've hired them, they're, delivering what you're hoping for them to deliver, maybe even outperforming. Things like that. But sometimes it doesn't work out. So for me, like number 1 is you've hired someone, you've invested time, money, all of that stuff. Make sure you do all you can to set them up for success. The onboarding part, those first 90 days, all of that stuff, like people don't do it well enough, I don't think, Are you just dumping like a big to-do list at their desk on day 1? Or have you planned how to introduce them to all the key people, shown them the systems, and hooked them up with people to show them stuff? I don't know, design your onboarding strategy, the things and people they need to know. How are you setting them up for success? That's number 1, right? And for me, it's to do that, just key. But let's say you are doing that, and they've started in day 1 and for whatever reason it's like they're not the right person. So you've got 2 options. Number 1, nurture and develop them, right? Like maybe they are lacking a little bit in some of the technical skills, but they've got the human skills. And you're like, okay, it's going to take them 6 months to get up to speed. Decide whether you're happy to invest that time. Maybe they're just like completely different person to when you met them, like completely different, like technically great, human skills we just got it wrong, So the second thing, is very, humbly, with all due respect, part company in a lovely way. You never know, just act and behave gracefully, and if it's not working out for you, it's probably not working out for them. You both admit, hey, we made a mistake here. Wish them well. Do what you can to help them find a new job, and part company. And it's a hard thing to do, right? And hey, I'm putting me in this as well. Like when you've hired someone and you kind of know it's not the right person, you always just hang on. Like you give it a little bit longer than you should, right? We all do. Like it's classic. It's like, I should have part companied with them. I should have got rid of them, whatever. Like a few months earlier, it just wasn't good for anyone, So that's a hard thing to do. The worst is to do nothing, right? That's the kind of, let's give it another month or 2. Let's give it another. Suddenly that just infects everything, right? They're not doing well. You're just emotionally, mentally, you've just kind of, it's gone with this person, right? And it's not going to work out. just emotionally, you're just not quite ready to, to admit that. But that's a call you got to make early. So don't do nothing. You either go all in and you help this person succeed, or you call it a day. And either way, right? Either way, that's good for both parties, right? If they've joined and they're a little bit under where you were hoping for them to be, you've committed to hiring them. Commit to go all in, nurture them, nurture and develop them. Wonderful thing to do. They'll probably be your best employee. If they're not the right person, whatever that means for you guys, cut it. Don't waste any more time. Don't waste their time. Don't waste your time. And it'll be way better for everyone. So that's what we do. Hope that helps. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate all of your feedback, thoughts, comments, all of that stuff. Don't forget to subscribe in all the usual places: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of that cool stuff. Feel free to leave a review and DM me with any feedback. Much appreciated. Have an awesome day.